I said Island Music Conference, what's up? Make some noise. 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 Welcome. I'm so happy to be here. Can y'all tell? I'm really happy to be here. But you know what makes me even more happy? Y'all gotta talk back to me. You know what makes me even more happy? You're here. That's what makes me even more happy. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot overstate how important it is for us all to be here right now. My name's Adam McFarland. I'm the program manager of Black Music and Culture at YouTube. I spend my time going around the globe to audiences like this, for moments like this, to celebrate and empower and amplify us. First off, can we make some noise? One for you. Big up yourself, as you always say. Second of all, can we make some noise for DJ Circa 11, bringing the vibes this morning? Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Got all types of tips and tricks and sounds. Make me sound really good. Okay, day 2. Today is YouTube Day. Everybody say YouTube Day. How many of you all use YouTube? If your hand isn't in the air, you're a liar. Why? Every one of us around the globe. You know what the number 1 search engine in the world is? It's Google. You know what the number 2 is? It's YouTube. Guess who owns YouTube? So we got number 1 and number 2 in the building right now. I said this yesterday. Oh, raise your hand if today is your first day. Oh, okay, good. Good number of people. Thank you. We're happy to have you. Everybody look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor. Look to your right. Look to your left. I want you to know that this is our community. This is your community. You don't need to go anywhere else. You don't have to go outside of this room, outside of your country, outside of your state, outside of your city. The people that you need are seated right next to you right now. Do you believe that? Yes, do you believe that? Yes, okay, I'm going to keep talking to you. And until you talk back, I'm going to keep talking to you. Does that make sense? Yes, do you love me? I love you too, all right? It's great. So look, we do these types and style of programs. You saw just a second ago some of the work that we're doing with Black Music and Culture at YouTube. Most intentionally, I'm excited to talk about the program that we have here called Future Insiders. There's a few rules to Future Insiders. There's some things that you have to do while you're here. I want everyone to raise your right hand and say, I state your name, do solemnly swear to follow the rules. Okay, that's a contract. It's binding. I now have you all under contract. Don't worry. I will not take advantage of you like the record labels do, but I will make sure that you are properly compensated. And you know how we're going to do that? We're going to compensate you with information, yes, with knowledge, with education, and we're going to remove the veil. So first and foremost, this is a 2-part process. 1, we will deliver information. And 2, you will retain that information and then ask questions. So rule number 1 is ask questions. Are you going to ask questions? There are no dumb questions. Every question is a good question. You never know what you are thinking or what you have questions about that might also resonate with the other people in the crowd. So please don't hold back. Make sure that you're asking questions, okay? Yeah, y'all still not? It's only 2 people. My brother, what's your name, brother? Dupes is the man. Yo, make some noise for Dupes, man. He the only person in here talking to me, man. I appreciate you, Dupes, man. Nobody, you know what? Yeah, come talk to me at the end, man. We got some special stuff for Deuce, man, because he really knows what he's doing. All right. Second of all, like I just said, like Deuce is going to come holler at me. Come talk to us. You have real YouTube professionals here today. A lot of people think YouTube is a bunch of computers in a warehouse somewhere. It's not. It's people. It's people like me. It's people like my colleagues, like Amanda, like Rachel, that are going to come to the stage in a second. And if you have questions or you have comments or you have thoughts or you have anything, make sure that you're communicating it to the people. This is why programs like this are so important, because you get FaceTime with real people that are able to solve your problems, are able to help you think critically, help you ideate, help you think creatively in ways that you wouldn't be able to if we were not here. And that's the beauty of this for me, is that so many times, I said this yesterday, you hear me say it over and over again, so many times people take and take and take and take from our culture. People take and take and take from our creativity. People take and take and take from the melanin in our skin. And so rarely do people come and then reinvest and spend time and effort and real human and financial capital to help make all this happen. It never happens. It especially doesn't happen by some of the biggest corporations in the world. So I say all that to say, make sure that you're taking advantage of this moment. This is a very rare and very, very fortuitous opportunity. Third, if this stays here, then we all failed. This needs to make its way out. You take this and you celebrate it and you showcase it and you post it on shorts, on YouTube shorts, on YouTube shorts, on YouTube shorts, on YouTube shorts, shorts in the summer, shorts in the winter. Make sure you're using YouTube. Dude got it again, man. Hey, he's killing y'all, bro. I don't know what's going on back over here, man. Come on. But use our hashtags, please. Hashtag Future Insiders. Hashtag I Love Music Conference. Guys, I was just joking. Please don't hold it against me, please. I'm just kidding. They looked at me like they were like, who is he talking to, man? Like they was going to jump off that and come get me. I'm sorry, bro. I was just joking. All right. Number 4. It says what? What are we shooting? What are we shooting? And you're going to use the hashtag Future Insiders, right? Do you promise? Would you lie to me? Okay, because I've been in a lot of abusive relationships where people didn't tell me the truth. So, like, I need y'all to really tell me the truth, right? Are y'all gonna lie to me? Y'all are gonna shoot a short? Shoot a short right now. Yeah, Dupe again. Superstar. All right. Number 5. Are you having fun? Make sure you continue to do that. Let's have more fun. And then number 6. Number 5 is seize the opportunity to build with your peers. And number 6 is make sure you have some fun. All right. I want to talk really quickly about why we're here. I want to talk really quickly about what YouTube is as a platform. If I can get to the next slide, please. All right. YouTube has a goal of becoming the #1 revenue source to the music industry by 2025. Last year alone, we paid out $6 billion to the music industry. That's billion with a B. And you know the beautiful part of that is that all of us, every single one of us, me included, in this room, had the opportunity to take advantage and to be a part of that $6 billion. We're going to talk to you today in just a second about how making money on YouTube works. Everybody thinks it's some algorithm or it's some very magical and fanciful thing that you can't really understand. No, it's very simple. It's actually very, very simple. And your opportunity is the same as everybody else's in the room. We all have an opportunity to take advantage of being a part of the 6 billion. How do we get there? There's 2 billion users. That's 2 billion users worldwide on YouTube. There's also 80 million subscribers to YouTube Music. And that leads to, and this says music industry, and again, we only focus on music industry because the creator, how many of you are content creators in here? Oh, yes. Okay, how many of you are artists? Awesome. How many of you are songwriters or producers? Dope. Okay, cool. How many of you are vloggers or podcasters? Dope. Awesome. And also, questions, you should be looking around, again, because these are your collaborators. Rising tides raises all ships, yes? So as one of us ascends and as one of us grows and elevates, the rest of us ascend and elevate, as long as we are building and developing community, right? So make sure that you don't leave out of here without talking to one of the people that just raised their hands that don't do what you do. Does that make sense? Or maybe they do what you do. All right, I got one more slide, and that is, it's a little bit of a complicated side, but it's basically saying that YouTube is a place where 3 things happen. And as a content creator or an artist or a songwriter and producer, those 3 things are the bedrock of your business. I'm not just talking about things that you're doing to be cool. I'm not just talking about the things that you're doing to like look good. I'm talking about the things that are going to develop and be the bedrock of your business. This is how you're going to make money, generational wealth for you and your family. Does that make sense? It's 3 things. You discover, you consume, you participate. What was the first one? The second one? And the third one? Does that make sense? I used to be a teacher, y'all. How am I doing? Yeah, it makes sense, right? Let me explain a little bit more. So 1, when you're looking for something, typically today, we discover via short form content, right? We find something, a reel pops up, or, excuse me, not a reel. We don't believe in reels. We only do shorts here. A shorts pops up. You see a YouTube short, right? You find something new. Then your interest is piqued. So you want to go find more. Well, then you're stepping from discovery into consumption, right? Once we have done consumption, let's say I really, really resonate with it. I really like it. I really want to participate. I would like to comment, like, subscribe, send to my friends and family. That goes back then to discovery. You see how it's a flywheel? One leads to the other, which leads to the other, leads back to the one, leads to the other, and it's a circle. It's a cycle, rather. So what we want to create and what we need for you as content creators to create, what you have to create, is this flywheel of seamless, multi-format experience. Say multi-format. Multi-format essentially means exactly what it says, that there are multiple different ways through which you can consume, discover, and participate. It can be on shorts. It can be live. It can be, I'm actually doing the job of the next speaker, so I'm going to stop right there because I'm doing way too much. Because she's going to be mad at me. She's going to be, I gave you a whole game. I did her whole presentation. But anyways, moral of the story is make sure that as she's delivering this information, that you're taking notes, that you're taking pictures, use your phone, that you are not just listening to this, but actually allowing this to come and like settle down inside of you so that you may apply it and use it in your everyday life. Does that make sense? All right. Dupe is the only person still talking to me, man. It's crazy. It's really wild. That's what's up, man. Hey, bro. I'm telling you. Come on, man. Come on. He said he spent money to get here. All right. That being said, we have a very, 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 very special. Does she look special? We have the one of a kind, the one in a million. Again, I was talking earlier about the people that are here, right? That YouTube is not just a bunch of computers, that it's real people. And these people are real live geniuses, people that have spent their lives developing and honing their craft, people that are the greatest content strategists and the greatest minds that live in tech. They are here today. I happen to be one of them. You're welcome. Yes. But even more than me is the young lady that's about to come next. Amanda is a shorts partner manager. She's going to tell you a little bit more about what she does specifically. But please, please don't embarrass me, okay? Can you please make some noise for Amanda Igiapong?
Hello. Hi, everyone. How are we feeling today? Good. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Amanda Foriwa Akosia Ejapon. It's Black History Month, so I'm saying the full thing. I'm a community partner manager at YouTube, specifically on the Shorts team, where I manage over 2,000 creators. And some of those creators are music creators as well. So we give them a bunch of different opportunities, right? To have a partner manager means you have someone who's representing you at YouTube, who's speaking for you at YouTube, who's making sure you're seen at YouTube, right? So if you're a creator, you're an artist who wants to join the Shorts community, see me afterwards. I have a card. You could scan it, fill it out, and then we could talk from there. Okay. So we're going to dive into YouTube 101. I'm going to focus a lot on shorts, though, because that's a huge part of discovery these days. So for our agenda, we'll be going through multi-format overview, your music release strategy, monetization, and then we'll have time for Q&A. I really want to make sure that this is a conversation that you can glean something from. So I don't want to just talk at you. I want to make sure your questions get answered as well. And if I don't know the answer, we have a whole team here who can also jump in and help. Okay, so multi-format overview. It's no surprise that the digital world is constantly evolving, right? So we want to enable artists and their music to be at every touch point for every music fan. And the way we're able to do this is because YouTube's ability to amplify your music is unmatched, right? On average, a person uses 6 different methods to engage with music. It's starting with shorts, right? They could hear a snippet of your song in a short. From there, they could go watch the full music video. They could connect it to their TV. They can add your song to their playlist. They can join your live stream to hear more directly from you, right? And then, most importantly, they could share it out to their friends and family. I'm one of 22 children, so if I share out your music to them, you've got a certified hit, right? Yes. Okay, so when it comes to your release strategy, you want to consider making it multi-format, right? Because this way you're able to employ more than one content format to promote the release of your song, or any type of content, right? Today we're talking specifically about music, but again, any of this could apply to any type of content you want to make. I manage musicians who might have been content creators before, but leverage their platforms to actually build their music career. Or musicians who are like, I want to jump into another form of content creation. Like, we're not a monolith, you have other interests, right? So you want to leverage, you have the ability with YouTube to leverage shorts as like your sound check, like with mic check, teasing your trailers, testing out what type of music or content your audience wants to see. You could literally use that data to inform maybe what should be the single on your upcoming album, right? You could also leverage videos. You could think of videos as your main event, right? You've put out the teaser, you've put out the trailer. Now it's time for the main event, the official video. It doesn't always have to be just the video too, right? You can show behind the scenes, the aftermath of like what happened once you released the music, all of that. And then you could think of live as your venue, right? You've put out the content, now your audience can come and find you at this live that you're throwing for them to promote the content, right? To promote your music. This way you're able to connect directly with your fans. They could ask you about your process. You could take a temperature check on the music. How do we feel about it? Maybe someone could give you an idea for another song, right? So live is your venue. Well, okay. So through the YouTube ecosystem, we have the opportunity to combine creation, discovery, and long-form music consumption all in one place. That's what makes YouTube special, right? Okay, so discovery, you're gonna start with shorts. The reason why multi-format is so much easier now with YouTube is because of shorts, right? I don't know how, I see a lot of young people out here actually, but when I'm 26, when I was growing up, I would find a song somewhere else and then run to YouTube to like listen to it, watch the lyric video practice, you know, so that once I get out there, I know it, right? But with shorts, that's now happening on the platform. You don't have to come from somewhere else. Someone could be scrolling through the shorts feed, hear a snippet, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's that, right? What's that song? They click the audio, they can go directly to it, listen to it. From there, if they love it, they could literally create with it, right? And now it's on their video as well, and it's getting sent to their audience as well. After that, once they're interested in that one trending audio or that one sound, they could then go to your channel and look at what else you have, right? So now you've created a fan. You've created long-form consumption. Okay. Shorts and long-form video will come together to build your audience, right, as an artist. And we've seen that artist channels that are uploading both shorts and long form are seeing better overall watch time and subscriber growth. And this is relative to the channels that only upload long form. And I manage over 2,000 creators, and some of those are music creators, and we hear this firsthand from them as well. I have a trio of sisters who have, I think, 10 million subscribers on YouTube right now, and they're a variety, right? They dance, they sing, they do little skits, but what they do leverage with YouTube is make sure that they're using their audience to drive growth to their music videos. They definitely use their own music as the audio for their shorts to get their audience interested, like, what am I hearing? What song is that? Okay, now let's dive deeper into shorts, because I've said shorts, like what is it, right? Now, shorts is a big deal, and I'm not just saying that because I worked there. There are 50 billion plus daily views globally coming just from shorts, right? And so, to create a short, it's really simple. You just open the YouTube app, you see the plus sign right there, you hit that. You'll see that you can either click create a short or upload a video. If you have any videos that are 60 seconds and under, upload that, they're automatically a short. And then if you want to create from the app itself, you click create a short. We have a bunch of different editing options as well. And then you could go ahead and upload directly from the app. And most importantly, for the artists out there, creation can also start from your music videos themselves. Now, you do have to enable this. We don't do this without your permission. There's a button you click to say, like, yes, allow people to create from my video itself. So you have your music video up there. Someone is watching it and they're like, you know what, I'm really feeling this, right? Like, I want to get right to creating. They could hit that button. It grabs the snippet of wherever they are in the music video, takes them directly into the shorts camera, and they could create a short right then and there and upload it just like that. Okay, now we could go through some best practices for shorts. I'll give you the top 5. Usually I have a whole presentation, but we could do the top 5. So you want to captivate your viewers at the beginning, right? They're scrolling through a short feed. Their attention spans are shorter. So you want to hook them within the first few seconds. And you can do this using bold images, unique edits, and also your own audio or other people's trending audios as well. But since this is within a music context, you probably have your own music that you want to add to your short. Okay, this is actually my favorite feature with shorts. Right now, we now have a feature called content linking, right? So in the past, you could grow 2 separate audiences on YouTube. You could literally have a shorts audience and then a long form audience, right? Folks, let's say like someone is an artist, but they make cooking content for their shorts. You literally have 2 different audiences on one channel, right? But if you, within the music context, you can upload a music video, grab a snippet of it. We also have a clip feature on YouTube as well. Just clip a snippet of it, turn that into a short, link that full music video to the short. That way, when someone watches the short and they're like, oh, I gotta see more of this, right? They click that link and they could go directly to your video. It's just mwah. It wasn't there in the beginning, but it's just a beautiful way to complete that journey for your viewer, for your audience. Reply with a short. Reply with a short is a best practice because it allows you to engage with your audience, right? Engage with them in conversation. So, and also replying with a short extends the life of the original short, right? So for example, if you had your audio, your music on the original short, now you've responded to a comment, you add your music again there, whoever sees that comment short could still go back to the original video, because if they just click on it, it takes them back to the original video. So you're extending the life of that video. And at the same time, you're also building a community with your audience, right? Like they feel heard. Like imagine if your favorite artist responds with a short. Like they're talking, if Beyonce responded to my comment with a short, I don't know what I'll do. I might quit, you know. But there's also remix and recreate. This way you're able to leverage your old videos, right? So we want to make this process as easy as possible. If you already have a bunch of old music videos on YouTube, you could bring new life to them by clipping parts of it, uploading that as a short, content linking, and there you go. People will just be redirected back to those old music videos, and you never know what could go viral these days, right? Okay. When it comes to diving into the data, what you want to do when you're analyzing your shorts performance is zoom out, right? Because shorts can seem a bit more volatile because things could just go viral just like that, right? And so you want to zoom out and consider the outliers. Maybe you're not looking at a 30-day window anymore, you're looking at a 90-day window to make sure that you're allowing enough room to actually analyze the data that you're seeing. And another tip would be avoid comparison between your long form and your shorts performance, because those can vary a lot, right? Because you might be posting a short every other day, but only one long form video a week. You can't start comparing that data. Okay, now let's get into your music release strategy and some best practices for it. So when it comes to your release cycle, some actions you could take, and we'll go through each of these as well. Pre-release, right? Pre-release is meant to set up a strong foundation and build anticipation for what's to come with your audience, right? you might consider updating your channel branding, uploading teasers just to let them know, promoting the forthcoming release with shorts, but also the community tab posts. I feel like the community tab doesn't get enough love. It just doesn't. But with the community tab, again, you're engaging directly with your audience. So you're able to post polls, you could ask questions, you could say, hey, how do you feel about this cover art versus that cover art? And everyone loves to give an opinion, right? Especially if they're your fan. So you could help them feel involved in the process. And that can all be part of your pre-release. And then when it comes to release day, you want to celebrate and stay engaged, right? You could do this by going live on release day. You could also set up a premiere for the music video, and that way you're able to engage with your fans during that premiere as well. And for post-release, you want to boost the song views by connecting with your fans, right, after you've released the video. So you upload supporting videos, the behind the scenes, or what's coming next. And this way you're able to engage with their fans. You could also do that through shorts and sharing your fans' user-generated shorts as well in either your community tab or your own socials. So as you see, like, your fans are creating with your audios, you can encourage them by posting that as well, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, well, if he posted that person, let me go create so that I have a chance to be posted as well. And I see this a lot with my creators too. Their fans get really excited to post because they know that there's a chance, like, their favorite artist might be posting them, reposting them. Okay, so diving into pre-release. You want to focus on channel optimization, right? This way you can update your branding. So with your branding, you can update your channel banner, as you see here, one. You can also update your about page. Just keep everything the same across platforms, right? So your about page, you can add your social links as well so that your fans could go to your other platforms. You can also select a featured video and then customize your channel layout. With 4, you'd be able to, like, set up a playlist that's dedicated to the upcoming release, right? Either you have all your shorts there or all the behind the scenes there, then you have the actual video there, then you have what's happening after that there as well. An example of this would be Fredo Bang. He actually teased his new single FWM with a short. Now, so with shorts, you could post them as trailers or teasers for an upcoming video, single, or album up to 2 weeks before the release. And 2 weeks is the sweet spot because how many times have we seen, like, someone post a teaser of a song and they're like, oh, I love that, when is it coming out? And it's like, oh, it's not out, and they didn't tell us when it's coming out. And then for over a month, you're still hearing it like, when is it coming out? Then it comes out and everyone's like, this is what you had us waiting for? Like, I'm tired of it now. So 2 weeks, that's when 2 weeks becomes the sweet spot for you. 1 week, you're not giving it enough chance to grow, right? You still want your fans to be able to find it, get used to it, create to it. So that's why 2 weeks would be your sweet spot there. You can also set up a premiere and trailer. Now, the premiere helps create buzz and can accelerate the growth of a new video on YouTube. So one tip, you can encourage your viewers and your fans to actually set a reminder for the premiere. Usually they could hit the little notification bell. So this way, once it goes live, they receive a notification that it's happening, and they can all watch it together. That can get you thousands of views within the first, 10 minutes of your release. And then when it comes to release day, you want to focus on driving maximum views, streams, and creations on the content featuring your new release. And a way to do this is drop that music video. So that same day you're releasing the audio, we've seen that when an official music video is uploaded on that same day as the audio release, it results in higher subscriber growth and higher views within the first 2 weeks. And it makes sense, right? Like, a music video is visual. You can listen to the song, but sometimes you watch the music video so many times because you're like, I missed that part and I missed that part. Okay, wait, now let me watch it to just listen to the song. So that's why it helps in terms of growth. And then when it comes to the post-release, your goal here is to continue driving engagement and creations on your release, thereby prolonging the life cycle of the track. When it comes to post-release, YouTube Analytics is your best friend, right? This way, you're able to get a comprehensive view of the performance of that release. Within analytics, you can see what's working well for you. You can see how your music is reaching different audiences. Who is your audience, right? You could think one thing about yourself, and next thing you know, you have fans in India. There you go. Some of the videos I've uploaded, I'm not a musician, but some of the videos I've uploaded, I found an audience in India, an audience in Egypt, an audience in Ethiopia. All that data can then inform, like, where do I want to go on tour? Where do I want to go perform? Who should I be leaning into? You can also see how your audience is engaging with your channel, as well as which videos they watched and when. And all of that, again, can inform what happens next for you. Now, monetization. I know that's what we're excited about. I always like to say YouTube is where the money resides, so we can jump right into it. YouTube channels making 6 figures or more in revenue are up 40% since last year. So that's 6 billion that Adam was talking about. That's even just the music industry, right? Think about all the other type of content that's out there. People are making a living off of this. I can't tell you how many creators I have in my community who joined the shorts community, started collaborating with other creators, and would then, like, I had a creator who for 8 years, he was posting on YouTube, right? And he had less than 10,000 subscribers. Within a month of joining the shorts community and posting shorts consistently, he was at 1 million subscribers, right? And he's leveraged that to do more with his channel as well. He's a comedian. He's not doing just comedy now. So there's always that. There's money to be made, and I want us to make it. I want us to be more of that. Now, when it comes to the monetization ecosystem, it starts with artists and creators like you, right? Who are putting out this engaging, compelling content that a user like me would then watch. And then next thing you know, an advertiser is throwing their ads on there for you to make money. And I actually used to work on the ad side as well of Google, where I was working with small to medium businesses to set up their Google ads to advertise on whether it's YouTube or just like different websites in general. So you could literally have an advertiser who's like, I want to place ads on Shaggy's channel, like, and they'll put that in there, like, and I'll be in the back end, like, okay, Shaggy's channel, let's do it. So that's what's happening when you're seeing ads on YouTube. Sometimes they're not as specific, but you know. Okay, now how do you get paid? To be paid, you have to be in the YouTube Partner Program. Now, to be eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and one of these other two. So whether that's 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months or 10 million valid shorts views in the last 90 days. So 1,000 subscribers plus one of these other two, and you will be in the YouTube Partner Program, and that way you can start making money from your content. Okay, and besides ad revenue, there are also other ways to get paid on YouTube, which we refer to as alternative monetization. We just want to make sure that, like, it's the hub, it's the place where you're making the money, right? So some of these other alternative monetization methods would be channel memberships. So you can have like different tiers to give your audience exclusive content, right? So it might be like your top tier, if someone is paying, let's say, $15 a month for the top tier, maybe you're doing your nightly routine with them. They get to see that. Maybe you don't want to do all of that, but it's like exclusive content that they're able to get more access to you with. And then there's also super chat and super stickers. That's when you go live. Your audience can literally pay to highlight their comment. Like if they literally just want to say, hey, you've changed my life, da da da, they could pay whether it's like $1, $2 to get that highlighted so that you see it. And a good practice is when you're going live and you have people sending in super chats or super stickers, acknowledging that, right? So that encourages other people to send some more as well. Because if they see that you just acknowledge the first person, then it's like, all right, it's my turn too, right? And then merchandise, that's an easy one. You'll see on Blast's page here, he has his Blast store, which is the merch bar. You could link your merchandise directly to your videos and your channel. So that way they can consume the video and then go ahead and buy a hat also. Okay, and because advertisers are involved, there will always be some guidelines when it comes to monetization. When it comes to your content, you want to keep profanity to a minimum. If you can't limit it, bleep it out completely. And then review your content mix as well. Like, we're not children. Like, you might want to broach more mature topics, but try and balance that with other more widely appealing topics, right? And then when it comes to your titles, tags, and descriptions, make them as accurate as possible. No misleading. You don't want to mislead your audience or try and mislead the YouTube system. And every word matters, right? So videos containing profane, controversial, sexually aggressive terms can result in advertisers saying, I want to be excluded from that. So if that's something you're known for, like you can do it, but you might not get ad revenue out of it, right? Like you could definitely do it, but in the end, the advertisers are able to, in the back end system, when they're choosing their ads, say, I don't want this specific type of content. They could even put in your channel name to say, do not advertise on that channel. So I used to do that for some of my advertisers as well. And then when it comes to thumbnails, again, no misleading. Choose accurate thumbnails that depict the content of your video. And then avoid any graphic, shocking thumbnails that might not appeal to a lot of brands. And try to appeal to a broad audience, of course. Like if you can appeal to a broad audience, then that necessarily would mean that you're appealing to a broader advertiser base also. Okay, now we can get into some questions. Yes. Oh, great, we have some hands. Okay, you first. Yeah, him right here.
Check, check, 1, 2. All right. Hi, morning. Morning, everybody. My name is Joe Davis. I am a musician, and I wanted to ask, in terms of copyright, I do my own original music, but I also do a bunch of covers and arrangements of already existing music, and I wanted to ask, how does doing covers affect the revenue that I would earn from the videos that I post to my channel? And I guess to follow up with that, are there any, or what are like key algorithmic differences between shorts and long form content?
Okay. When it comes to, okay, so those are two questions. Now, when it comes to copyright, I'm not a copyright expert. There's a whole team for that, but we can connect you with someone in the back who might know more about copyright. Your content has to be transformative, right? So, for example, parodies don't count for copyright because you've transformed it, you're doing your own thing. So if that's the kind of cover that you're doing, then you're fine there. If you're doing a direct cover, you might have a bit more of an issue there. But if you have your own music that you're putting out, you shouldn't have a problem unless you keep getting strikes, copyright strikes from having other people's music over there. So I would try to limit that if your music is what you're trying to push out. Yeah. Or also, you might not care about the revenue. You might want to focus on just building the fan base, right? And then taking them elsewhere. So if the covers are really helping that, then that could be another strategy as well. And then when it comes to shorts and long form, they are technically two different algorithms, but people on shorts tend to have shorter attention spans, so they're into like quicker content that's coming at you fast. So your shorts audience might literally be different, but that's why we have things like content linking, because they might be different, but that doesn't mean they're not interested in your long form content. They're just not seeing it if they're just scrolling through the shorts feed. So something like content linking is perfect for that because it could take them directly to the long form video. You're welcome. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. My name is Mono. I am from Zimbabwe,
Okay.
Southern Africa. Yeah, my question is like this. My country has been under sanctions for more than 20 years, economic sanctions. And on paper, we are told that the sanctions are just targeted at the political leaders. But unfortunately, for us musicians, we cannot access a lot of platforms. Every time, the moment you mention Zimbabwe, you are blocked out. And at times, when they list the countries where you are supposed to pick your country, Zimbabwe is not there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's affecting us a lot on different platforms. And so I heard a rumor that with YouTube, if you are from Zimbabwe, the revenue is low as compared to other countries. So since you are from YouTube, maybe you are the best person to reply to that.
Yes.
And number two, will you be very honest and try to avoid being diplomatic? Because at times the truth is hidden in diplomacy. So I know you are from YouTube, so you have to protect your job, but so can you please be straightforward about that one? I just want to be clear, because a lot of us in Zimbabwe are failing to access a lot of platforms because of those sanctions. Thank you.
Yeah, no need for diplomacy there. That's an actual fact that based on your country, that's where your RPM when it comes to revenue. So I can speak on shorts specifically. What we'll see is that if it's also audience specific, right? So it's not just where you're based. So a hack could be trying to find an audience outside of your country. So if your audience is coming mostly from the US, you're getting paid more than if your audience is coming from somewhere in Africa, right? I don't know why that is, you know? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I'm Ghanaian, so I'm West African, actually. So when I create content, a lot of my audience is Ghanaian as well, so I have a lower RPM too.
If I can address?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I'm also from YouTube, and I actually grew up in Zimbabwe, in Bulawayo. Yeah, skies. Yeah. So, the efforts on the continent are kind of happening country by country, right? So South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria will have certain services because of deals, because of infrastructure that some of the other countries don't have. But most recently, Amanda's from Ghana, and most recently Ghana, Senegal, there was another country, Kenya, just got the same kind of services. So it's happening, it's rolling out, it's the same, there's a whole person in charge of emerging markets who are trying to get every possible service and every possible deal. So my answer is, they're working on it. We have entire teams in Sub-Saharan Africa, in North Africa, Middle East, in Eastern Europe, who are dedicated to providing the same services and opportunities as the rest of the world. So it's no, that's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with that. There's nothing to do with that. It's more about bandwidth. It's more about bandwidth. So bandwidth it's about having the resources and the partnerships, the deals, the available technology. It's more about resourcing than anything else, and prioritization. If you don't want me to be political, be diplomatic, there's priorities, like in terms of, hey, there's this many users, this much business coming from this place, et cetera, et cetera. We'll address this first, and then we'll go to this market. Then we'll go to this market. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Tuma.
Hello, I was wondering, like, how do you get your content to be trending outside of your home country, and how do you know when it's trending outside of your home country?
Okay, that's an amazing question. So I'll answer the second one first. You'd know through analytics. You'd be able to see the breakdown of countries, cities where your content is doing well, right? And how many views are coming from there and all of that. Now, if you want to get it trending in other countries, you have to lock into what's happening in those countries at that time. So you're gonna have to be consuming a lot of content from those countries, right? I had a creator who we didn't realize was based in South Africa for, I think, 2 years, until I got on a call with him and he's like, I'm in South Africa, but his entire audience is American. So if you tune in and lock in on what's happening in those countries, what's trending there, you can gear your content towards them, build a fan base of those folks, and that makes it easier to get your audios trending there as well. Thank you. That was a great question.
Hi, my name is Lakeisha.
Hello.
Hi, I'm not an artist or anything. Anyway, my question is, how much content is too much content? Because sometimes people do flood, and we need to understand that before the release, right? How much preparation do you do before you get there? Because 2 weeks of every day is a lot before you get there.
Yeah, that's a great question as well, right? Because you don't want to bombard your audience and have them feel overwhelmed by what you're putting out. I would start testing, right? So before you build any music strategy, start testing out what works for your audience. So what you can do is pick different cadences, because in the end, it's about consistency and sustainability. What cadence can you consistently put out content at? So if you're trying to do 10 videos a day for 2 weeks and then drop off, you're gonna lose your audience, right? So if you can then manage one video, one short every other day, and then one full long form video every week, that might be a better strategy for you, right? So you could test those things out. You could also test out how it feels to put 3 videos out a day. I have creators where the way we strategize their content is, in the beginning, you might want to do what we call a shorts blitz, right? You hit them with a lot of content. Like, you're posting every single day, maybe twice a day, getting things out there. That's how, like, a lot of our creators see extreme growth with shorts, because they're putting more out there. Once you build more of an audience, then you could dial back to like maybe every other day or twice a week. And you can use your channel banner to let people know, to let your audience know what your consistency is gonna be like. Whether it's like, oh, new update. I used to do every single day. We're moving to twice a week now. Just make sure your audience knows so that they could stay engaged. So you would use testing that out and using analytics to see how it's working for you. And you could also, whilst you're in that process, you could also start to see like what kind of content resonates best with your audience. So we always tell our creators, test, 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 and then you could continue on from there.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Pierce from Just Bus TV. Really had 2 questions, but the first one is that there are a couple features that you mentioned here that I'm pretty sure no Jamaican can access to, so I'd actually ask you to show us that on and how it actually works after. It's actually the clips feature for the shorts and the remix feature. You know, I don't think if you're on the Jamaican IP or stuff, it actually works. You know what I mean? When we travel to America, we see it work, but then we come back and none of the features are available for Jamaicans.
Okay, wow.
And then the next question is, what's the best online aggregator that works best with YouTube in terms of music, like whitelisting, you know what I mean? Making sure the content ID links up properly and all of that stuff.
Great question. I knew we were going to get a whitelisting question. I'm not familiar with whitelisting, DSPs, all of that, but there's definitely someone on our team who is. So I will point you to them. I came prepared to point someone to whitelisting. And when it comes to the features, I'll also double check on that for you, because I work on a global team, so I'm always checking to make sure that things are available in each region. So I'll double check on that for you. And that's also feedback I could pass on to the team as well. Let them know we need to get it out here if it's not. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. What if you're interested in having more than two or about two types of content, right? And you may inadvertently end up projecting like two different personas because of that. So how do you manage that in terms of it's still going to be you, of course.
Right.
So how do you then manage the two different audiences that you might attract and the overlapping audiences as well? So how do you really frame that kind of two-folded persona in the space, in the viral space?
That's a great question. You can make your audience aware of that, right? That's part, you want to make the type of content you want to make, and we don't want to stop that. So you can use, whether that's your channel banner, your about section, to inform your audience, like, this is the kind of content I make. You can also make specific videos geared towards, like, when you come to this channel, this is what you're gonna be able to see, right? A lot of people, pardon me? Oh, you want to send it to another channel as well, is what you're saying? Oh, you're saying, so that's the thing. A lot of creators will describe having two channels as like having a second child. Crazy. I don't have kids, so I don't know if that's true, but that's how they sometimes describe it. So you might want to host everything on one channel and just have different, like, whether it's playlists, have different ways to break it out and let your audience know that, like, there is a gamut of information that they could get from you. Like, I, for one, I make finance content, but also make lifestyle content, like traveling and stuff. And I host all of that on one page. So it's definitely possible to keep it all on one page, but if you're fully invested in having a second channel, that's fine too. I have creators who have multiple channels as well. Good? Okay. Yes.
Big up everybody, Kevin Voicemail here. I just wanted to ask if you have other content users having your videos on their platforms that are monetized. Is it possible for you to get, I know publishing will take care of some of that, but in terms of getting those videos down and based on the views that they have on your video, is it possible to be reimbursed from that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've gotten that question before, actually. I wasn't, in the case where someone asked if we could do that, we weren't able to get it done. Like, we weren't able to grab the revenue that was made there and give it to the artist / creator. So we weren't able to, but your publisher might be able to get that done. Like, might be able to siphon the revenue that's being made from something that's copyrighted on your behalf. Oh, you know the answer? Okay, yeah.
Sorry, hi, Dana Shygon here. I'm from Monk Music, but I have a lot of experience working in YouTube for like the last 12 years. So once you distribute a song to YouTube, your distributor, your aggregator puts in a content ID claim on everything that contains your copyrighted content on YouTube. So if you do it from the jump, you can claim it. But if someone was claiming it previously, you have to find out, and you can find out because it will say like delivered to YouTube by under the video in the description most times. You could see who was actually claiming the video now, and you have to contact them, and you have to try and resolve it. YouTube will stay out of those disputes. So it's between you and the person who's been claiming it to contact them and to try and get in a proper accounting of how much revenue was generated from the master recording, and then ask them for it back. Now, in the United States of America, most times you have to sue somebody to get that money. So, file a lawsuit in the United States about 10,000 US, roughly. So you have to say, okay, this thing got how many views? Then you have to think, how many views did it get in the United States? Because you're only going to really get any significant revenue, more or less, from the United States. In Jamaica, unfortunately, the ad rates are very low. Trinidad and Tobago, 0. Pays nothing. I don't know why, but it is. But so you have to kind of say to yourself, okay, how much is it really worth for me to try and get that money back, to try and pursue the person who's been collecting that to get that money back? In most cases, for me, my clients, I haven't done it. But you can fix the claim and earn from then on. And that's the responsibility of your distributor or your aggregator partner. So if you use CD Baby, DistroKid, TuneCore, you would go to them. Now, one of the reasons that you might not opt to use one of them is because you're not paying much for their service, so you're not getting a lot of service provided for them in some cases, right? So it'd be hard to get a hold of someone to say, hey, can you handle this for me? But that's like a service like us. We're a label services company, and those are the types of like white glove services that we provide. It's trying to, is to try and solve a dispute like that. But hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. So you can easily do it once you put in the claim from the jump, and someone uploads it, and you're claiming it. You will get that revenue, and you don't have to speak to anyone. Your aggregator will take that money. But if it's like this thing had 10 million views from before, and someone was claiming it, it's very hard to get that money back.
Thank you. That was very informative. Okay, so unfortunately, that's all the time I have, but thank you all for bringing your full attention and asking great questions. And again, if you want to join the Shorts community, just find me and I can give you that information so that you have access to a whole host of events, newsletters, all of that. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Amanda. Was that not amazing? Thank you so much, Amanda. We appreciate your time and your effort and your genius. Thank you for lending your mind to us. Like she said, there will be time for us to have more questions. Amanda will be here as well. So if you have any individual specific questions, you can also approach them or any one of our YouTube professionals, which you'll see us moving around. How was that? It was good? It was okay? All right. Again, I'm going to switch to the code. I see a lot of people have just gotten here. A lot of people didn't see the QR code in the beginning. Google and YouTube are data-driven organizations, and we justify everything that we do with data. And so the reason that we are so intentional about showing and flashing these slides is because this is how we make the argument that these sorts of things should continue. Do you guys think this should continue? Can you please help me do that? You promise? You know how you can help me? You can take out your phone if you haven't already. You can scan this code and you can fill out the survey. This is the beginning survey, right? So we survey you at the beginning and then we survey you at the end. For the beginning survey, we're going to get your baseline understanding of what you appreciate and don't about YouTube and its program. Whenever we finish, I got you 1 second. When we finish, we'll flash another survey up, and that survey will be hopefully an increase in everything. You guys will say, yes, I love YouTube even more than I loved it before, right? Right?